रत्नाकरधौतपदां हिमालयकिरीटिनीं ब्रह्मराजर्षि रत्नाढ्यं वंदे भारत मातरम. Dear friends, on behalf of Sodh, there is a very noble drive at present, and we are going to speak on different topics for our research scholars, students, and for our teaching community too, sitting at home. As we know and as we very harshly feel it, that Corona has crept into our life very harshly, and we are going to tackle it every day. Those who are not affected, they are also fighting with it, and we all know that this forced solitude may put us in a kind of back foot, but then we can still spiritualize this situation. This solitude can be spiritualized. Indian culture has always shown that penance in solitude is a great value, great value. In ancient times, we have numerous instances where people have left their home, left their villages, come to seclusion, and they have spiritualized their life, and they have gained something very great for our nation, for themselves, for their clan, and for the country. I have just put forth some examples. We all know Kurukshetra, and this Kurukshetra is named after the king Kuru, who came here and plowed this barren land, which was barren and inauspicious because of the bad rulings of Hoyhoya kings. And this barren land, for thousands and thousands of years, he was plowing through. That was his penance in solitude. And ultimately it became Kurukshetra, a place, a sacred place, where if anybody dies, will go to heaven directly, it is believed. And it is also described in Mahabharata. We all know Dilipa, a great character in Ramayana, who did Goseva for many days, and he roamed in the jungle along with the divine cow Nandini. Ekalavya, a character in Mahabharata, he was also practicing his archery and touched the utmost perfection in the art of archery, and was a very famous character in Mahabharata, we all know. Arjuna penanced hard in the Indrakila Mount for the Pasupata Astra, Pasupata missiles from Lord Shiva, and there he was in seclusion and achieved a great thing. Similarly, there are many other characters in our past. Lord Buddha, who got enlightenment in Vaishakha Purnima in the Uruvela forest on the bank of river Niranjana, that was also a spiritual solitude, and that gift was also the gift of solitude. Similarly, we all know that Gaudapada, the teacher's teacher, Shankaracharya's teacher's teacher, Gaudapada, who kept himself in Ekantavasa in the Mandhata hill of Madhya Pradesh. On this hill now we find Lord Omkareswara, Jyotirlinga, and inside that hill there is cave. Still cave is there. Nowadays people are not allowed to go inside that cave, but he stayed there in Ekantavasa, in seclusion, and wrote the famous Karika on Mandukya Upanishad, that is called as Mandukya Karika. Shankaracharya always says that even without reading anything else, if somebody reads this Gaudapada Karika on Mandukya Upanishad, he will get spiritual enlightenment. And that was the product of seclusion. Similarly, we can also remember Shankaracharya, who resided in different caves of the country, in different places, getting secluded. And there is one practice of seclusion for 4 months in our rainy season for the saints who practice in one place itself, and they gain some spiritual experience during that. Swami Vivekananda traveled crisscross the whole country and even the globe, and he also in many places he also kept himself in solitude and revived spiritual power for the motherland. And not only that, we all know Sri Aurobindo stayed in one room for more than 2 decades, and he could do it for the freedom of this nation, for the freedom of this country, and for the descendants of Atimanasa. In this way, we can remember many characters in our ancient Puranas and history, in our myth and in history, who have spiritualized their seclusion and they have channelized it for the benefit of the nation, for the benefit of the society. The same thing we can also do in today's circumstance. We can also stay at home. We can also do a sort of penance. These people were doing penance of different types. So we can also have our own types of penance at home. And we can also do something for nation, for the protection of nation. We can stay inside home. And for the benefit of the nation, for the enrichment of the nation, we can also do something which can spiritualize. We can galvanize the whole nation as far as spirituality is concerned, which is the basic characteristics of our culture. Now, they protected, they enriched motherland in these ways, as I said, and when we come forward to do something closer to that, in my mind 3 points come. First of all, Swadhyaya, then Swasthya, and then Seva. Through these 3 things, we can also, in our seclusion at home, do something for our nation. One thing let me make very clear: if we are purified, then the society is purified, the family is purified, the village is purified, the nation is purified. And to do that, here we have got ample opportunity, because we are not distracted by other worldly affairs now. We have enough time to do that, and that we can do through our Swadhyaya, through our Swasthya Charcha, and also through our Seva Bhava. Now, Swadhyaya is a spiritual term, and it is practiced for purification of mind and also for getting knowledge. But we can also expand this idea and make Swadhyaya a study in general. There are 3 kinds of study which I wish to include here. One is intensive study, another is extensive study, and another is pilot study. In intensive study, we can put ourselves, we all students can put ourselves into studies for preparation for different examinations, different tests or vivas. There are many things which will come after this phase is over. Therefore, we have to be mentally prepared for that, and without study it's not possible. And therefore, we are going to do something for our future exams, for our future entrances, tests, and of course for vivas, if possible, vivas. Now, sitting at home also, research students can send their research contents to their guides, who can give their suggestions, who can make omissions and commissions, who can make corrections. So this can also be done under the category of Swadhyaya and under the subcategory of intensive study. I wish to draw the attention of our friends towards extensive study and how at present we are not doing it. We always say that we don't have time to read. we always fix ourselves to the course which is stipulated for our exam, and we try to complete it as far as possible. But now that will not be enough for a better kind of human being. You must read and read. Therefore, you have to read more, and this reading more has also many types. First of all, we have to read more from our prescribed books. Generally, our dear students, what do they do? They read those persons, they make study, make notes on those persons which are going to come in the exam, and they leave out the other portions. And afterwards, they will never get time in their life to read the portions they really left behind. Here is the time we have to completely make a study, an in-depth study of our stipulated prescribed course. That is the first one. Any book, we are not going to leave it haphazardly, or only we are not going to study being exam oriented. We are going to read it right from the first page to last page, and we are going to try to understand it also. That is number one. But reading books outside the stipulated curriculum has been very rare nowadays. Friends are much engaged with their mobile phones. They do something different which is not really compatible to our future personality development. We have to read more than that we get in our curricula books. And for reading that, for doing that, whatever book is available at present at home which we have not read, we must read. We must start reading. Not only reading, if possible we can make side notes, or even in different notebook we can also make notes, so that our reading will be more fruitful later on. We can also keep them for our future memory. We are not much acquainted with the world literature. Today there is time. A English student can read Kalidasa, he can read Bharavi, he can read Bhasa, he can read Natya Shastra, he can read Kautilya Sartha Shastra. A Sanskrit boy can read Shakespeare, he can go to Dante, he can read Plato, he can go to Aristotle. Today we have enough time to go into the world literature. And what is more important, when a student goes outside his state and he is being asked about the literature of his mother tongue, he is not at all capable to answer satisfactorily, to enrich his friends who are asking him about his own literature. Therefore, we must also read the books written by our own writers, poets. And reading the literature of mother tongue is highly paying, and it quickly develops your personality because it is related to your mother tongue. That we can do today. I am not astonished sometimes listening that a student who doesn't know the primary basic masterpieces of his own mother tongue. Now today we must prepare ourselves so that when we go out we can satisfy our friends who are not of our own language but wish to know something. And for that, this is the time we can make use of, and we can read the literature of our own mother tongue. In this way we can make our extensive study after the intensive one. And the final part of Swadhyaya is pilot study. Pilot study is a kind of study which one should do before he chooses a field for his study or research or future certificate or future course. Somebody wishing to do PhD in economics must clean the groundwork in the economics, and basic books in economics he must read, and this is the time he should do that, and that is called pilot study, because this is the first phase study, after which he will be able to choose his title, his topic, and he can also develop on different areas. It also gives him capacity to make interdisciplinary studies, because pilot study is a kind of study which is very vast. The borderline books are there, which are also dealing not only with economics but also with geography, with literature. So there are frontier line books also are there, which are used in pilot study, which can one do during this time. In this way we can make advanced study, we can say study in advance, if not advanced study in advance in the field we wish to choose. Now I will come to the second point, which is called Swasthya. After Swadhyaya I come to Swasthya. We always neglect our health on the pretext that we have no ample time, but today we have of course time to do asana, pranayama, etc., to do any kind of exercise, Surya Namaskar, or any kind of exercise we can do, and our regularity during this period will also put us in a stage when even though this phase will go out, we'll continue our health culture, we'll continue our asana, pranayama, etc. That we must keep in mind. This will help in a different way. It will extend our practice of caring our own health, and for mental or emotional health or emotional quotient we can also give some time nowadays. When at home we can talk to the friends who are long forgotten by us. They are still there, but we didn't have time to talk to them. Today we can talk to them, and if we talk to them, then there will be a great relaxation in our mind, and our emotional quotient will rise up. Our blood pressure will be down. We'll feel more happy with life, although imprisoned almost at home, but we'll feel much happy with life. We can talk to the parents if they are away. Nowadays the new generation youth, they have no time to talk to their parents, and they don't have even topics to talk about, they say, and today they will discover the topic, today they can talk to them. And what is more important about this emotional health or mental health, we can pursue our hobby or revive our hobby which we have left much before, because we didn't have time. We are much hard pressed because of our different kinds of studies, different kinds of works, burdens of life. But today when we are here at home in solitude, we can again come nearer to our hobbies. Somebody may do art, drawing, and somebody may try to sing again the old songs that they were singing during their childhood. They can again remember them, they can jot down and again recite them. Some friends can also write stories, poems, and many other things. These things will develop your emotional quotient, which was dying down, and it was dying down more because you feel yourself imprisoned. There is nothing to feel imprisoned, as I gave some instances in the beginning. Those people were trying to spiritualize that solitary situation, and exactly that we are going to follow through our hobby. We can also do that. And again, very easy to raise our emotional quotient is watching Ramayana and Mahabharata, etc. They will revive eternal values in our heart. And avoiding the fake news, we can also be regular in current news so that we can know what is going on at present in our nation and in the globe. And as we say that eternal vigilance is price of liberty. For the strength of the nation, for the liberty of the nation, we have to be vigilant and we have to follow authentic news. Not only that, we can also do some personal research at this stage, whether teacher friends or student friends, we all can do research. But my humble request is, let us do in this phase some research for our Bharat. There are many things which are not yet known. They were there in India. We have to bring them to limelight. We have to bring them to the fore of others' eyes. For example, we often say that law of gravitation is discovered by Isaac Newton. In the Prasasthapada Bhashya, Prasasthapada says, Adyapatana Karanatvam Gurutvam. This is nothing but law of gravitation. There are hundreds of instances like this. Those who know Sanskrit, those who are acquainted with Indian history, they can do this kind of studies. Okay, that is true. But then there are many translated books also. They are in different languages about ancient Indian science, ancient Indian history, Indian myth, Indian mythology, and many other things. Therefrom also we can get many things which can enrich our society, our nation. Therefore, let us make some research on Bharat in this phase of our life, when we are inside home. Whatever book is available with us at home, or we can also download many things available to us and which are really helpful to us in doing some sort of research like this. That I think will make our time more fruitful, and let us do this for India. And lastly, spiritual health or spiritual quotient. For that, we all know that because Indians are spiritual by nature, we have to again become very regular on meditation, japa, and reading the spiritual masters, or at least their biography. That we can do, and this will go a long way in building our personality. Therefore, reading the life of great masters will make a sea change in our fate also, in our fortune also. Therefore, we have to do that. And last one is Seva, as I said, and services to be extended to the elders in the family. We are not much accustomed with that. We hardly wish to help our elders. That is because we feel they can do their own work, and we have much less time. We are worried about our problems, many other things we think. But the case is, this will also purify yourself. Through service, man purifies his heart, his character, his mind, and a great purificatory effect it can produce. That we also have to do. We can also help our neighbors if they need something, if they wish to do some work. That also we can do in this phase. And in addition to that, we have to be very kind towards the animals like dogs and cats who are around our locality. Nowadays they get much less food because human beings also get much less food. And not only that, since canteens and dhaba, many other things are closed, so they get much less for their food. We can offer food to them, and this as a service we can do. And everywhere we can remember God, connect God with all our things that we do. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita there is a very good verse: yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. The connection with the God, the Supreme Being, the communion with the Supreme Being becomes dukkha, the killer of all your pains, the eradicator of all your pains. Whatever we do here inside our home, if we connect this to the God, then all our worries will simply get evaporated. Friends, let us do that. And this ekanta vasa that we are feeling, let it revive a spiritual personality in us. In Upanishad there is a character Swetaketu, who went with 100 cows of his teacher, and he came back after 12 years. He didn't practice Veda, he didn't listen to his teacher, but then he is going away and staying somewhere else, tending the cows, and in perfection that has given him a different kind of personality. When he enters the ashram, all his classmates, they are astonished to see his face beamed with Brahmic knowledge. Therefore, this ekanta vasa can definitely spiritualize our life. It can give us many valuable realizations. Let us make it, and let us utilize this time very, very fruitfully. Bharat Mata ki Jai.